Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Superstar PartyPlex at 12 FPS called Paranormal Security. My name is Zen, and today I will be playing the Night Guard Eggs Florentine and his Razwatch Handy. And joining me today is.
Hi, I'm Pengu. I'm playing the Angry Bird Man. He is becoming slowly less angry, but his name is Kestrel. I always just say Angry Bird.
And then we all think of the Red Angry Bird, and then, well,
We all think of the Red Angry Bird. No, this
that's.
is the more monochrome Angry Bird.
Mhm.
Now with bisexual lighting.
Oh my god, do you think Nova would put him in bisexual lighting whenever no one's around to get suspicious?
Of course she would.
Doll says yes, so
Look at
it's
that.
canon now.
It's like the rain cloud following a sad character, except for him it's just a bisexual lighting. The just every
Well, now I have an idea how this starts.
uh-huh.
So it is night shift at the PartyPlex, as every FPS so far that has had eggs in it has been, because he exclusively works the night shift. And Kestrel has also taken a night shift. Uh, so while they are both patrolling, should we roll perception to see who runs into who first, or
There. Perception.
I'm just like, let's throw some dice rolls in here. Why not?
It's in fact D&D. Oh no, Kestrel.
Yeah, well, good thing it's something that doesn't matter. I'm Kestrel is like walking down the hall on his patrol, oblivious. Meanwhile, X's eye has been caught by uh the lights that Kestrel is walking in are turning quite colorful. And uh I feel like he walks over to Kestrel and is like, um, do you know why the lights are changing color when you walk under them?
Kestrel startles a little, I think, because he was entirely in his own head. The lights just immediately switch back to normal colors. Just immediately back to normal colors.
Oh, well,
Uh,
would you look at that? Uh,
I'm gonna roll a deception. I'm gonna roll a
sure.
deception.
What
Please,
should I roll?
please get a
Insight?
good deception. This would be hilarious. Um, yes.
I got a nat one, so.
You got a nat one. I think Kestrel just they immediately turn off, and Kestrel, who has been caught a bit off guard, just says, "What light? What colors?"
Oh, and Eggs 100% fooled is like, oh, did you not notice? The ceiling lights were changing colors above you. Maybe it's some sort of malfunction.
He just looks up and is like, perhaps.
Anyway, sorry to startle you. Just haven't seen that before.
It it's fine. He has in fact recently got his redesign, which has made him, even without the lighting, his suit slightly bisexual colors. Sure, that's not related.
Mhm.
Complete coincidence.
Mhm. And like, I think X has only met him once, so I'm just gonna say he doesn't notice this is a difference. Just like,
He,
yeah,
he
He changed
Quite subtle.
clothes. Hmm? Um,
Kest- Kestrel is still a bit embarrassed, though.
about being spooked or about the bisexual lighting?
Both.
Hmm. Can I roll an insight just on Kestrel, not trying to see through that deception to notice him being uncomfortable?
Yes.
Eh, that's a
You do
six.
not perceive.
I think Eggs is like not looking at Kestrel, just sort of like walking along beside him on as they both go along the same patrol route now.
And Kestrel is making no comments.
Well, let's have them both roll perception.
Yippee! Nope. Oh, Dirk 21 and 18.
Not bad, not bad. Uh, yeah, with those, both of them here, like as they're walking past, the atrium probably, hear the sound of shattering glass coming from the darkened
Ah,
atrium room.
well, Kestrel is immediately alert.
Hmm. Yeah, I think Eggs stops walking and sort of like motions for Kestrel to turn his flashlight off, probably.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm. And
That's
maybe,
immediately going off.
yeah, let's have the guards roll stealth, I think, as they try to uh figure out what's going on in the atrium.
What's your stealth, strange man? 14. Mm.
All right, I think
Uh,
with the 17 and a 14, they're both able to stay like pretty stealthy as they peek into the atrium to get a handle on what's going on. Um, and keeping the perception from earlier, they notice that while the front doors are, shuttered off and locked for the night, there's some glass windows beside them. And one of those has been broken, and there are some people coming in through the window. Uh, Looks like there's three people in the building so far, and more climbing in, and they have a camera with them, a camcorder of some sort. Uh, don't have the cartoonish sacks for stealing stuff with, but they sure are breaking in.
Kestrel immediately upset.
Hmm, what's he gonna do?
Mm. Uh,
I mean, if
Man, I should have given him a gun. He would not use it now, but I should have given it to him.
oh, I mean, like if you don't have anything, Eggs maybe tries pulling Kestrel back around the corner out of sight again.
Yeah, Kestrel does not have anything to do except be upset and think.
Yeah, and Eggs is like, okay, yeah, so this is definitely our problem to deal with, right? Like, this is like basic job description, security guard stuff. Um, do you know what to do with them?
Eggs can Eggs can roll an insight on Kestrel because I think it would be fun.
And Kestrel can do the same if he wants to on Eggs.
Training did not cover this. Employee training covered kidnappers, not YouTubers.
I mean, there might have been more training off screen, but
Probably. Oh, Kestrel gets nothing.
nope, Kestrel gets nothing. What does Eggs get?
Eggs gets. Kestrel is serious about his job. He's picked up on that pretty quickly. However, Kestrel is visibly like more. What's the word? Not upset. Invested, I guess, in this than just this is my job.
I mean, I think Eggs won't comment on that, but sort of like makes a note of it. Also, joke, Kestrel's more used to being on the other side of this sort of situation.
Yeah, yeah. He has definitely broken into buildings before. And part of his mind is also going, just breaking the windows. That's so a rookie mistake.
A rookie mistake
No
in
class,
his favor tonight.
no taste. Yeah. No class.
Nope.
So he is visibly angry about this, though that's kind of just also his face.
And I think X is like, I mean, we could go in and confront them, but they're almost certainly going to run right back out the window, right? Like, there's 2 of us and 4 of them. I don't like our odds catching them all, and then, well, I mean, they won't be breaking in anymore, but no guarantee they won't come back another time, I guess. Can we call the
Kestrel
security?
nods.
Can we call the security bots in, or are they? And then I feel like he looks over and sees one of the security bots like spinning in a circle in a corner, and is like, "Yeah, okay, they're the same as the rest of the bots, aren't they?"
Kestrel also grimaces. He's just. How do I say this? I think he would say something along the lines of, "I would call the cops, but I'd trust them only slightly more than these security bots."
Yeah, agreed. So like, we gotta handle this somehow.
Where would HQ be? Because that would be the next thing Kestrel's mind would go to.
Okay, either chilling in the room or doing secret things in the basement.
I like basement. Because that means they probably don't know where it is.
They're busy. Jackie's in the daycare.
Busy.
So
Kestrel does not want to ask Jackie for help.
understandable, and X does not want to ask HQ for help, so they are at an impasse. Fantastic, we found a way to in-universe justify not having either of the clowns asked for help.
I imagine them just very quietly discussing this out a little bit, just like, let's for HQ. Let's look for Jackie. Like, well,
maybe let's try to handle this ourselves before we go running to the clowns. I mean, if if it winds up not being a big deal and we can't handle it, I mean, I imagine there will be some teasing, right?
He imagines what?
I imagine there'll be some teasing, right? Uh, Teasing like the clowns making fun of them for not being able to handle it.
Oh, Kestrel winces because he knows HQ would.
HQ would.
HQ would. They like pestering this man.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, no, no. He's just like, if anything happens, we deny any involvement.
All right, and we can always call them for help if it does wind up being like a big deal, and we need the help. Just like let let's try it ourselves first, I guess.
Kestrel nods. He can agree. He agrees with that.
Uh, and I think at this time, like you stop hearing like glass crunching noises as they have finished climbing in through the window. Uh, and instead you hear coming from the atrium, "What's up, guys? It's the Spooky Boys here at the Superstar PartyPlex. Lately, a lot of rumors have been flying about some supernatural happenings at this place, and we're here to investigate."
YouTuber cadence.
I got
Oh
it?
no! You did! Kestrel. Kestrel looks over and hears all this and just goes, "Dear God." This is joking. Eggs, we have to kill them.
I I think that would bring a lot more problems than it would solve.
Kester makes a face where he's still considering if it's worth it, but to you. That is actually.
What if I just made this
That's
the cover image for the game? What then?
that would be objectively hilarious. That would be objectively hilarious.
Excellent. Uh, okay. Uh, maybe if we split them up into smaller groups, we could tackle them one by one and not have them all scatter.
Kestrel nods. We will need more handcuffs from the security room.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Let's, maybe we can go pick those up and watch these guys on the cameras to see where they go so that we don't spook them off immediately.
Kestrel nods. I don't want to keep saying Kestrel nods, but also he's a quiet guy and he nods a lot.
Mm-hmm. Understandable. So, yeah, the two security guards sneak their way to the nearest security office. Eggs will
Should we
pull.
roll another stealth?
We can.
I mean, we need them to get to the security office, but also it could be funny.
Mm-hmm. Let's roll it.
16.
7.
Oh.
Okay, so I think how.
Something gets bonked into, and the one.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Uh,
Something gets bonked into from Kestrel, and they don't get caught, but one of the guys going, "Whoa! Did you guys? He I can't do the YouTuber cadence as well as you guys, as well as you, I think, but like there must be a ghost already."
yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking. Like, we've already got our first sign of paranormal activity as we hear what seems to be some sort of janitor cart crashing into a wall. Guys, I think whatever spirits are here do not want us here, but that's not gonna stop us.
Have you practiced this?
No!
You just pulled that out of thin air.
Yeah!
Incredible. That's incredible. It's in your blood.
Or I've just watched too many of these videos myself, but either way.
I need to practice this. It's hilarious.
Born to YouTube, forced to work, apparently.
So they get to the security office.
I feel like Eggs will pull up the cameras to keep an eye on these guys while Kestrel pulls some spare handcuffs out of a drawer.
Yeah. Yes, we are technically YouTubers.
uh, so,
Kestrel pulling out. How many did you say there were?
well, that's the other thing I was gonna say is roll perception to watch this group on the cameras and try to gather some information on them.
Eh. Can Kestrel do investigation instead of perception? Because
Oh,
his
yes.
investigation's much better.
Actually, Eggs' investigation is much better, too. So.
Oh, well, Kestrel got a 24.
Let's add another 4 to Eggs' 15, and make that an investigation instead. So, 19 and 24, yeah. Through the cameras, you can see that this appears to be a group of 5 people, um, who are now walking through the halls of the PartyPlex. There's like one person holding up the camcorder. There's one person talking into one of those like tiny mics that they're holding in a hand. There's like a couple people holding various pieces of ghost hunting gear. Uh,
They gotta have the spirit box thing.
yeah. Someone's got the spirit box, someone's got the EMF. Uh, and what else? What's the fifth person doing? Maybe another camera because honestly,
Lasers.
they got they gotta have the different angles.
Yeah. I watched one video on what some ghost hunting gear was, and I remember there were lasers. I don't know.
I know only from Phasmophobia, and there is a laser grid thing, but it's like you set it up at a still area, you don't walk around with it, so.
Okay. So yeah, Kestrel pulls out 5 of the rainbow handcuffs. Which he has adjusted to by now.
Does he keep all of them, or does he give Eggs any?
He would give Eggs like how many does Eggs want?
I don't know. He's already got one, so maybe 2, and then they'll be sort of like evenly split.
Yeah. Also realized Kestrel would already have one in his hammer space too, so yeah, he.
They have some extras just in case. That's fine. And I mean, Eggs has his sort of like clipped onto his belt. and clips on the 2 new sets of handcuffs.
Yeah, Kestrel does the same. He normally keeps it in his hammer space because he needs it so rarely, but takes the one he already had out of his hammer space and clips all of them along his belt.
Roll hammer space.
Oh, right. D10. 7. He pulls out the handcuffs.
My god, these boys are gonna jangle with all these handcuffs hanging off their belts.
Aye.
Yeah. So I think they're heading into probably like the main show area first. Where they're gonna go after that is. Let me go back to rolling a d10 on the list of attractions. Actually, I think they're gonna go to the construction area first. Like, you can hear them talking about
where the maze used to be.
Yeah, where the maze used to be. Like, I feel like you tune in just enough on the cameras to hear the person talking about. So recently, one area of the PartyPlex was closed to visitors without any specific reasons given. We think this might be because of something supernatural happening in the area, and we're going to go investigate.
I can't get over this.
I was leaning into the number 15 Burger King foot lettuce voice this time.
The cadence. Okay, Cass was just like, all right. Cass was like, all right, where the maze used to be, right? Oh yeah, yeah. Kestrel upset.
So we can probably get there before them taking the security tunnels if they're going the long way around. And then, well, I'm not sure what then, but at least they won't be able to immediately run out of the building.
Eggs doesn't have to roll insight. Kestrel is still considering murder. He knows that's not reasonable, but he's still considering it.
Well, we can just handcuff some of them and then figure out where the rest go and follow them there. And I feel like this is the point where Handy speaks up and is like, or we could be the ones to send them somewhere and then we'll know where they're going before they do. Kestrel has not met Handy yet. Does he want to roll perception to figure out where that voice came from?
Yes. Nat 20.
Oh my god! Yeah, with that, he can immediately tell that that voice is coming from Eggs's Razwatch, and also notices that Eggs's Razwatch isn't on a call, it's just the Razwatch itself talking.
So just does like, you know, the image of the like Shakespeare guy holding the paper and squinting at it. Kestrel does that face. Down at Handy. And then up at Eggs. And I'm so sorry. It wasn't Shakespeare.
But I know the meme. I'll put the meme in the video. And Handy's like,
thank you.
Well, hello to you too, Mr. Grumpy. What the hell?
looks at Eggs. Is that normal?
In general, or for it specifically? Most.
Somehow that raises more questions. Somehow that raises more questions for Kestrel. He just says, and he just puts his head in one hand, massages the version.
It's not normal for most Razwatches, but this is handy, and it does this. It's normal for it.
He's not gonna ask. He might shoot one more look at Handy.
Handy making the sticking out tongue emoticon right back at him next time he looks over.
Yeah. Also, didn't someone in the gallery suggest like a poster of HQ or something inspires them to scare them?
There was
Do we
definitely
like
a
that?
poster suggested. It could be that.
Do we like
The audience
No,
certainly likes that.
It has been approved.
Yeah. Oh. I'm picturing this scene here of the two of them looking at each other, and then the camera refocuses on the background where there's a big poster of Harlequinette and Jackie with like the slogan, "What would the clowns do?"
What would the clowns do? Kestrel's first thought, murder? What he says aloud, just, but he doesn't say that. I think he just goes,
Are they...
Second thought internally is, well, Jackie would apparently run people into a wall.
Are they both just looking at this poster now? Can we both roll insight on each other? Pengu? Oh, you are rolling.
I said yes. Oh, sorry.
Alright. Well, that's a 9 from Kestrel, so we'll handle that first. Eggs is looking at this poster, and I mean, the guy's got a mask on. You can't really tell anything. He doesn't look super jazzed about this situation, but I mean, neither are you. It's not a great situation, so.
They're in agreement that this sucks. Eggs can tell Kestrel is still considering murder, and he looks at this poster that says, "What would the clowns do?" And his mind goes to murder still. And then his mind goes to, well, Jackie would apparently, well, he doesn't like Jack. And then just settling on, okay, the poster's probably not condoning murder. This probably mean frightening. Something frightening instead. Well, murder is frightening. Murder is frightening. Mm-hmm. His mind goes to that too. Eggs got a 24. I'm just giving him this man's thoughts.
Mm-hmm. It was a nat 20, so he's just watching Kestrel's facial journey as he's like, murder? No, but unless? No, just kidding. Unless?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, Nova probably wouldn't like the blood on the carpet, but...
No, he wouldn't do it inside. He's classy.
Lay down a tarp classy.
First. Of course, at the very least. At the very least.
Eggs looking at this. We're not going to murder them. We're going to take them prisoner and hold them for the police. So they can be charged for breaking and entering. We're not going to murder them.
Kestrel makes a face where he's still just like, buzzkill. It was like, you're no fun.
MJ has said, don't kill them. What if they start haunting the building? YouTuber ghosts are the last thing we need. Which.
Oh no!
An excellent point.
I don't think Kestrel would kill them in the building. I think he's just gonna find the nearest river.
My god. Cement shoes them? What?
You know.
A long walk off a short pier, I get it. But.
Yeah. So that way they won't haunt the PartyPlex. No blood gets on the carpets, it's fine.
Man, people really hate YouTubers, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's send them through the tunnels to the construction site.
Yeah. Yeah. Kestrel's still working on his moral compass.
Good luck with that, buddy.
He's working on it's a process. But yeah, they now have the inspiration to spook.
Spook, to scare.
Not kill.
Not kill. So they make it to the construction site, which, I mean, construction has been... What?
I was gonna say Kestrel would... Doll said that Nova wouldn't help with shortcuts if Kestrel signaled to. I think, like, as they're going down into the tunnels, Kestrel does, like, pat the wall gently. Trying to do it discreetly, but you want a perception, see if Eggs notices?
Sure. $13? Do you want to roll stealth? Oh wait, I rolled in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'll roll. Kestrel will roll stealth. 8. Egg sees.
Egg sees. Like, he sees Kestrel pat the wall, but, like, he doesn't know what to make of that. He just sort of gives Kestrel a slightly puzzled look, like, I didn't know you were so attached to this place.
Insight.
Sure. 22.
Oh. Kestrel does not answer. Kestrel does not answer. He chooses not to answer, to just keep walking. But Eggs can tell for I'm gonna say unknown reasons, even though that's a 22. That because
it's that, not reading Kestrel's mind.
Yeah. Yeah, but he is, for unknown reasons, attached to this place.
Aww. Good for him. Good for him.
The sudden roboticness was because I accidentally unplugged my computer for a second, which tends to glitch me out. That was all that happened. He's never living this down. Why?
Yeah, I mean, Eggs isn't going to, Eggs is just going to, like, nod at that, and it's like, well, I guess it's good to care about where you work. Let's maybe stop those guys from breaking anything else, then.
Kestrel just like, He will not say. He will not say anything.
And they walk through the security tunnels to the construction site, and weirdly, the walk doesn't seem to take as long as it normally would. Some of these hallways
Can't
seem
imagine
shorter.
why.
Mm-hmm. Incredible.
Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. And they arrive at the construction site, which, since construction has been going on for a while, looks a little bit different than the last time we saw it, or probably a lot bit different than the last time I've described it. Um, with, all traces of the maze having been torn out. There's all new flooring put in already. There's still some panels for electrical wiring that are open and some loose wires and stuff. For the wiring.
Does eggs
Mm?
does does eggs know why the maze was decommissioned?
Let me roll history and see, because I don't. He hasn't explicitly been told in a game. No, he doesn't know.
Kestrel sweating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, there's like some tools, some loose wires, but otherwise the room is looking a lot more put together.
That is good. That is good. Kestrel sees the loose wiring and still visibly winces, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's less like existing wiring being in the process of being torn out. It's new stuff in the process of being wired in. Cause I found out recently that at least some bumper car ranks have like the whole ceiling is powered and that's how the bumper cars are powered. Interesting. So that's what they're doing here.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Fascinating.
Yeah. Um this is of course according to a very critical review of the video game The Park. So I don't know if that's how it works, but that might
Huh.
be how it works here.
I love learning strange information because of entirely inconsequential reasons.
Mhm. Yeah. Uh
uh,
so
so they should both roll perception.
this is a good idea, yes.
Or investigation from Kestrel, I suppose. 19.
All right. So, yeah, with a 13, I think X is seeing around the darkened room. It's sort of like got some safety tape off and like a couple of like this area under construction signs to keep people out, but since you're coming in through the staff tunnels, you're already in the room. Um with a
Hmm.
19, I think like Kestrel will see there's still a lot of like electrical wiring tools around. There's like uh I mean, the floor looks finished. It looks like they're totally focusing on the electrical wiring for the ceiling at the moment. And I think you will notice like a big uh I don't want to say extension cord, but I feel like that's the sort of shit Raspberry Corporate would have contractors do. Like an
Oh
extension
no.
cord with a switch that's got like some stuff that's the wiring for the ceiling is currently running through. So you could turn the electricity
Uh,
for the ceiling on or off and make an electric hum noise. That could be spooky. That could
Buggers.
be frightening.
Kestrel sees the electric wiring out the exposed wiring and winces, and then he sees the electric cord, which is definitely a safety hazard, and he winces again, and then goes, "Hey, wait a sec, we could use this."
Mm, yeah. Does he want to share his plans with Eggs at all, or just start?
Yeah, I think like he points it out first. I think he like verbally saying like that is definitely a safety hazard first to Eggs, and then Eggs sees him do like that. Wait a sec.
Mm-hmm. You have some sort of idea for how to deal with them?
He like looks up to where it connects into the ceiling lighting and um words. Hold on. Yeah, he looks up to where it's connected to the ceiling lighting and kind of points at it and says, like, uh, I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Repeat to me how you said it could be used.
Like, they could turn electricity on or off for the ceiling, which would make, I figure, like a creepy electric humming noise if you were in the room. And maybe you would feel like
Yeah.
some ambient electricity, staticky stuff. Tune electricity. Who
Yeah.
knows how it works? Probably not in a way that would be considered safe for most of us.
No, just ambient static.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think Kestrel points it out, and I think he says, like, flickering lights is a common sign of ghosts, isn't it?
I think that's a common cliche, yes.
He nods, just like, yes. I.
So, should one of us flick them on and off and the other wait to catch whoever tries to run?
Uh, I think Kestrel nods at that. Kestrel could probably catch the door since he is. Well, he has been able to take down and handcuff
Mm-hmm.
a strong person before.
Uh, roll insight on eggs.
Okay. This is plus one, right? This is one.
11.
11.
With an 11, you get the sense Eggs doesn't really want to be the one flickering the lights. Not entirely
Uh,
sure why.
Kestrel will not pry, but I think he will. I think in that case he will like point to the exit door and say like, I say like, crumbs.
Let's split up, gang!
I mean, it's not that far apart, but like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pointing at the door and Kestrel like, if you wait at the door for someone for whoever tries to escape.
Yeah, I can do that. And, keep them from getting away, hopefully. He will
Yeah,
head for the door and try to hide in that area. Let's both roll stealth.
yeah. Oh,
Not my best roll. Ooh, dirty 20
oh.
for Kestrel, 9 for Eggs. Let me see. Does he have anything
Hmm.
that could? Hmm. Uh, I mean, nine's not. I'm like, do you have
Mine's not great.
it's not great. I'm like, do you have any fucking illusion magic, my guy? He doesn't. Um, no. So I feel like, uh, huh. How should this go down? Because I still want them to come into the room and try the whole flickering electricity spooky thing. Um,
Eggs is paranormal activity, technically.
he is, yeah. So I feel like, uh, so Eggs goes outside the room to try and hide beside the door, only to realize that there's not really anything out there. Um, so I think what he does is he ducks back into the room to stand just inside the doorway. So he won't be well hidden to people once they're in the room and trying to run, but they won't be turned off from entering the room because of it. If that sounds like
Yeah.
an adequate compromise. Meanwhile, Kestrel somehow
Works.
like his rogue nature helping him out as he ducks behind like a toolbox and a bit of like tarp left over from when they were painting in here and is like disappears right next to
He
the
becomes the knight.
like with the extension cord in his reach to turn it on or off at his whim.
Yeah.
And you hear footsteps approaching as the group comes closer. And the same and like talking again as they're like, okay, guys, we are coming up on what used to be Lexi's Labyrinth. This has always been not the Partyplex's most popular attraction, we'll put it that way. Many people said that they did not have a good time in here. Was it because of sinister energies? Was it potentially because of ghosts that got lost in the maze and trapped for all time? This is what we are going to investigate here tonight. Uh, and they like enter into the room with their cameras going, looking around.
Uh-huh. And Kesher like waits until someone gets like to the middle of the room because and then starts up the the flickering.
Yeah, do you want to roll maybe intimidation or
Intimidation.
performance? I hesitate to say intimidation because it's
Uh
famously bad for him.
his in- his intimidate his intimidation is such a better modifier though. I'm gonna roll his
Yeah, you can
intimidation.
try it. You can try
And
intimidation.
if he messes this up too, then yeah, his intimidation is just cursed.
Ooh, 26
26.
though.
He can only he he can only intimidate not PartyPlex employees apparently because he intimidated the Endo. Good time, a good point. So
Oh no.
oh, lovely.
Oh, Dell has said the
I
Electricons
love it.
sound like screaming with a little heart emoticon, which is
Heck
oh,
emoji.
poor Nova. But yeah, as he flicks the switch, like the electricity starts to hum to
Oh.
life and it sounds like as it gets started up it sounds like faint shrieking, uh almost like a voice. And the person who's been announcing is like, "Oh my gosh, guys, can you hear that? Like, Adam, the camera, is it picking that up? Tell me you
Adam.
guys can hear that." Guys, what we are hearing here today is what sounds like the screams of the damned. We might have found our first sign of actual paranormal activity here at the Partyplex. Guys, I wish you were here in the room with us. This feeling of tension is incredible. It's like It's like the room is filled with electricity. Something definitely does not want us here right now.
So the main guy isn't scared.
The main guy isn't
You could
scared
see
yet,
him.
but I think like
I want to practice. I want to practice. I want to practice.
mhm. Do you want to do one of the
The
other
main
people
guy
now?
isn't scared, but yeah, the main guy isn't scared, but one of the other camera guys is just like, Chris, I don't like this, Chris.
I'm trying to think of another name now. Listen, Chad, you gotta be catching this on camera, man. This is incredible stuff.
Can't pull out the chat on me.
I'm sorry. There's
The
only so
chat
many names I can think of.
assigned me chat. How dare you? Chat, chat. And Chaz is just like, I got the footage, man. But can we get to another room? This is.
And I feel like at that moment, like the electricity sort of peaks for a moment, and Chad goes running for the exit of the room. Um,
Yeah.
X is
Like
gonna
you're,
try
like,
like tackling him as he runs out into the hallway. I'm looking at his acrobatics and athletics, and they're both a 0, so this might not have been the best idea. But do you want to roll just a flat d20 and see how that goes?
yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah. Uh.
Oh no.
Okay. Hmm. I'm looking through X's spells now. Uh. To see what here might help.
Pull him into the. If there's anything
Listen.
that can be interpreted as spooky.
Well, I was thinking not spooky, but something to like help catch him. There's probably okay. You guys can stop listing names in the player chat. We'll figure it out. Um, but he has shock and grasp, which would take away the reaction, so that might be something to stun him. And I mean, the spook was electricity, so that kind of ties in, right?
Yeah, yeah, I like that. Like the shocking grasp and then pulling him into the darkness.
Alright, so I need to roll a spell attack. +5, not +56. It's not that good. My god, it's a nat 1. Uh,
Oh no!
oh no. So, yeah, that's 2 bad rolls in a row. So I think, like, Eggs tries to lunge for this guy, misses, reaches out again with like electricity crackling in his hands, and poor Chad looks back to see this like tall, dark figure wearing a spooky mask with electricity crackling in his hands and just fucking books it. Like, not dealing
Yeah.
with this shit.
Nah, he wants to live today.
Mm-hmm.
Kester
Uh.
watching, just like, frick.
Alas. Well, yes, if we want to catch this guy right now, Eggs will need help with that. Maybe he can run into a dead end or something and promptly die of a heart attack.
The door is now a wall. Door is now a wall. This is not in the training. First.
Oh no.
But Eggs, get him!
Dahl has said he trips over a bump and slams headfirst into a wall, at which point X can catch up and handcuffs the guy. And it's like,
Yeah.
you really shouldn't have broken in here. I don't know if the guy is unconscious or
I was just
just
imagining,
like stunned.
like,
Mm. He's
I'm,
handcuffed now.
I'm just imagining, I'm just imagining something like, "I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to accidentally record a murder once."
You what?
I mean, um, hop back to the other YouTubers.
For the
Because
recording,
they saw the lightning too.
for the recording, chat is now making Logan Paul jokes. Oh, yeah. Back in the main room, they've now heard like the crackle of electricity and the running feet and thump from the hallway outside there, and they're like,
I think Chad is dead, you guys. We may have another ghost haunting this place.
I feel like they wouldn't be quite that bad about it, but like, oh my god, you guys, I think whatever ghost was in here went after Chad. Oh my god, we gotta go see if he's okay. Whatever spirits are here, they are definitely hostile to us tonight, and I feel like we might be putting ourselves in danger by filming this, but we gotta get this information out to you guys who are watching this at home.
It's for the views. I mean, it's for the people.
Mm-hmm. And so like the rest of them start to filter out of the room whilst oh my god, that's a good one, Ren.
Guys, remember to make sure to like and subscribe for good luck so we don't die, you guys.
Yeah, it's your likes and subscribes that keep us safe when we are facing off against hostile entities like this. So be sure to click those buttons, and if you want to really see the behind the scenes of ghost hunts like this, join our Spooky Boys family on
Cord.
mm-hmm, on all our social medias, links below the video. Now, come on, let's go make sure that ghost didn't kill Chad.
Kestrel just, when they leave the room, Kestrel just getting up and like, Nova, you seeing this crap?
And
Nova,
I think
you
like,
seeing this?
I think X is like dragging Chad to a security office to like lock the doors and keep him there until the police arrive. So when the guys get out, Chad is in fact not in the hallway. And they're like, oh my god, you guys.
Kestrel.
Hmm?
Kestrel will meet Eggs at the security office. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they walk out into the hallway and they're like, oh my god, Chad, are you here? You guys, I think that whatever evil spirits are here took Chad to their dark lair. We're going to have to go deeper into the belly of the beast to find the root of paranormal activity here at the Superstar PartyPlex in order to bring our friend Chad home. Be sure to leave a comment. Let us know where you think the dark heart of paranormal activity in the Partyplex is, and then later in this video, we'll see if you're right.
And make sure to smash that bell if you want to see if we survive.
So as they start roaming the halls again, back in the nearest security office, there is sort of woozy, dazed Chad, who is in handcuffs. Uh, I'm picturing Eggs like briefly unlocking one of the
Good.
handcuffs, looping them around like a leg of the security desk, and then relocking them so that Chad can't just run off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Kestrel
Yes.
comes in like,
Yeah, Kesta also coming in and just giving Eggs like a nod, like a nod of approval. Kestrel is not going to shame Eggs for that horrible fumble before.
good for him. Uh, and let's roll perception again or investigation again to see where the where the group is going next.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nat 20.
Oh, wow.
So a
And
23
a
for
dirty
Kestrel and
23.
a 28 for Eggs. Uh, can you tell what stat I maxed out for Eggs?
I can indeed.
mm, uh, so
Man.
yeah. Oop, continue.
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Okay. Uh, so with those over 20 scores, I think they can easily on the camera follow the group who are, uh, going from the uh construction area towards hmm if I were a group of sham paranormal investigators trying to find the center of paranormal activity at a children's entertainment establishment, where would I go? Um, I get the feeling they're trying to break in through an employees only door to get into a break room.
Mm-mm.
They're not. Well, let's see. I'm gonna roll sleight of hand for one of them. They're doing a decent job picking the lock to the employee break room and uh get the door open.
No.
And I
Kester
think
like, no, my coffee.
I mean, you've got bigger concerns because there's a door from the employee break room to the staff tunnels. That's a good creepy
Oh.
area to do some good creepy pranks in. A set of claustrophobic, dimly lit cement tunnels, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they sort of like poke around the break room. Like one person's looking beneath the couch cushions, one person's looking over the cork board, but the leader is like focusing in on the door to the staff tunnels, so that's where they're heading.
Kester like, frick. Also, Zen, did you see the suggestion?
No, the chat's going too fast. I'm gonna try and catch up now.
Just the Ryland's room.
Oh. Oh, that's a good suggestion. Like,
Yeah.
that might be where they go. That might be. Yeah, that might be the next one to go because they have to go a couple places. And then they will be going to the basement after that. So,
Yes.
staff tunnels towards Rockstar Row. I mean, there's basement areas that are not Glob's trash pit. There's multiple levels of basement.
Yeah, Glob is only in the dump. Glob is only in the basement dumpster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now they're in the staff tunnels.
Yeah. Kess just like, frick.
Which I mean, if Nova is helping, it's pretty easy to make them get lost forever in there, I think. But Eggs doesn't
Yeah.
know that. Uh,
Yeah. Kester also thinks letting them starve to death in there would count as murder. Uh,
without being as satisfying.
Exactly. He doesn't even get to throw them in the river if that happens. Well, he could throw them in the river. It's the principle of the thing.
Alright. So, Eggs is like, well, at least in the tunnel it should be pretty easy to cut them off and split them up, or maybe redirect them to an area where they can't do as much damage or have less chance of getting away from us. So maybe we can sort of cut them off at an intersection and uh, make them run into a dead end.
Kestrel, who's definitely thinking that Nova can help with that, is nodding. And
Uh,
I think, like, he's like, yeah, he thinks he knows a spot where they can cut them off, and is hoping he's using that as a signal for like Nova to help with that part.
mm, I feel like as they're planning this, X pulls up his X is like, Andy, can you pull up the map and see what intersections might be a good place to cut them off? Uh, Pulling up the map that Handy still has, which Kestrel can roll investigation or perception to notice.
Investigation.
13. Well,
13.
with a 13,
Not great.
X's map has labels. Your map doesn't have labels. X's map looks a little bit better than yours. You don't know how that happened, but
Kestrel's staring at just like, how did you.
is he saying that out loud?
Yes.
Um, well, I met another employee that upgraded it for me. I think her name was Nova. Apparently, she just tinkers with the software in her free time, I guess. Uh, Upgraded the map, and then, well, it stayed upgraded after Handy came to life, so.
I think Kestrel's just like, Eggs can roll an insight.
Sure! 24!
Oh, wow.
It's a nat
Yeah,
20.
Kestrel says, like, yes, and Nova. She does she does that sort of thing. and but Eggs can tell Kestrel's like, yeah, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense. And then also the thought of, I need to get one. I need to get that. Why don't I have that?
Mm-hmm. She'll fuse with me, but she won't upgrade my map?
Yeah.
Mm. And X is like, hmm?
Slight look at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. And I think X is like, oh, do you know her then?
She's a friend.
Well, she seemed pretty nice, so, hopefully she's a good friend too. Uh,
Ke- Kestrel definitely nodding because yeah, she is.
Aww, they're friends. I think with the 24
They're
eggs can
friends, Your Honor.
still tell Kestrel's being like genuine and is actually friends with Nova. Aw, how cute.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he won't make a big
That's his
deal of
friend.
it.
That's his friend. This is the first time Eggs has heard of this man having friends.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. But he can sort of tell Kestrel isn't the lovey-dovey feelings on his sleeve type, so he's not gonna make a big deal of it. Uh,
Appreciated.
and is just like, um, so it looks like this intersection here. There's a lot of crates nearby. Maybe we can knock them down without the ghost hunting crew noticing, and they'll think it was ghost activity. That would work, right?
Kestrel's just like, honestly, I don't think they're the brightest. I think they will see almost anything as ghost activity. One of
Oh,
us could walk out in front of them and they would assume we are a ghost. We're not going to do that, but I would not put it past them.
the one that ran out, I think he might have thought I was a ghost. You can roll insight on that.
Eggs can also roll insight. Unless you want to carry over that 24.
I would love to carry over the nat 20, but I'll roll again, sure.
Kestrel got a 4.
Kestrel got a 4. Kestrel gets nothing. X got a nat 1.
5. Eggs also gets nothing. Eggs also gets nothing except that Kestrel gives him a slight look.
God, I'm so fucking curious. Out of the context of the game, and it won't play into X at all. What look? What kind of look?
Kestrel just looking at Eggs like, well, you do look kind of spooky. I mean, honestly.
This is valid, and also it's probably for the best Eggs doesn't notice that. He would be sad. Um, but
Oh.
yeah,
Kestrel thinks it's cool, though.
aww. Uh,
Like, you got the intimidation factor, buddy. Use it. That's what Kestrel's thinking.
Yes, this wet cat of a man. How scary. Uh, but they can head out into the staff tunnels to the aforementioned intersection, and X is like, "Do you have any good way to? Can you think of any good way to knock the boxes down? Maybe if we just hide behind them, uh, or."
Mm. It's times like this I wish Kestrel had spells.
Eggs has spells and is desperately trying to not be forced to use the most likely spell that he would use for this, which is Chaos Bolt.
Uh-huh. I think, however, I think doesn't Kestrel doesn't know that Ace has wild magic specifically, does he?
I don't know if he knows Eggs has magic, period.
Oh, well, he saw Egg. Oh, I thought he saw Eggs use the shocking grasp
Oh,
earlier.
wait! Yeah! Okay, so he can assume Eggs has magic of some kind, probably. But does not know it's wild magic.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Kessel like looking at the boxes and thinking, and do you have a spell where you could knock them down from a distance?
Yeah. Not not exactly, but I could uh cast a different spell at them that might knock them down. I don't have anything specifically for moving stuff or pushing stuff back, but I could probably hit them with something that would knock them over.
He, I think he just nods because yeah, that could work.
Is that the plan we're
Hmm.
going with then? Uh,
Can Kestra roll an insight?
yes. 15.
Insight
Yeah,
15.
Eggs is not thrilled at the idea of using magic for this. He'll do it if he has to, but it's not his first or second or third choice.
Hmm. Kestrel is interested in this. He's not gonna ask, but Eggs gets a bit of an eyebrow raise.
Handy.
That's
What's that look for?
Kest. Okay, Kestrel has decided he is not. Kestrel is not liking Handy so far.
This is normal for Handy.
It's just Handy's used to it. Kestrel just looks at Handy again and just it's just nothing. And looking at Eggs and you do not have to use it, but it would be helpful.
I mean, I'm not so sure it would be helpful, but uh, if we don't have any better options, I can. Uh, and can eggs roll
What
insight?
spell is it? Yes. Kester also just asking what spell is it?
9. Uh, and eggs is like, uh, probably chaos bolt. It's the best one I can think of to knock something over, maybe without guaranteed starting a fire.
Without guaranteed.
It's only a 1 in 8 chance that it'll catch on fire, as opposed to firebolt with an 8 in 8 chance.
I think Kestrel just also goes like, Ugh. Eh.
I mean,
What were you gonna say?
to be fair, it is in a cement hallway, so the crate would catch on fire, but the fire wouldn't spread. And I do think it would be fun to make Eggs cast a leveled spell and potentially wild magic surge, because he has. I haven't gotten to roll on his magic surge table yet. So
Yeah, I think Kestrel also goes like for a second and then looks at the walls and it will probably be fine. I don't think you have too much to worry about.
yeah, as long as it goes off before, uh, well, none of them are too close, and yeah, maybe just stay a few steps back when I cast it, just to be safe.
Yeah, Kes yeah, Kestrel will definitely agree with that. He was thinking like both of them be uh like in the distance
Oh
but
yeah,
in range of the Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt has a range of 120 feet, so eggs can be quite far back.
Nice. Which I feel I I didn't give you anything for that 9 insight because I wasn't sure what to do, but can I roll an arcana from Kestrel for the knowledge of that spell? And
Sure.
then, like, okay. Um, because he does have spell knowledge.
Mm-hmm. He sure does, I bet. 12.
He sure does, 12.
I mean,
Eh. Yeah,
it's.
I think he.
Hmm?
Sorry.
You can go on.
I was gonna say, I think he knows about, like, the chances of different element types. Um, but doesn't quite know the range. And I honestly, I still do not know what to give you for that 9 insight. What were you inciting on?
When Kestrel was. Oh, what was it? It was after Handy was an asshole to Kestrel, and Kestrel was like, uh, having a weird reaction to Eggs not wanting to cast the spell.
Yeah, it was more just that Kestra was curious, I think is what Eggs gets, which
Mm-hmm.
is true.
Sure is. Uh, but yeah, they sort of like walk down the hallway that has the crates at the end that will be sort of knocked down to block off another route and force the investigators down the third hallway, uh, which let's just say leads to like a dead end in Rockstar Row because
Yeah.
we're planning ahead now. And
Yeah.
like X stops like 100 feet back from the intersection and motions for Kestrel to be like 20 or 30 feet back from him.
Kestrel will oblige.
Mm-hmm. And then as you start hearing the footsteps of like the paranormal investigators coming and the leader going, okay, guys, now we are in the employees only areas of the Superstar PartyPlex. This is where any dark happenings that management wants to cover up would be taking place. In these hidden tunnels behind every attraction at the location, uh, only accessible to employees. We are the first people that don't work here to see these areas and to find whatever dark secrets might be hidden here. Uh, and Eggs is going to roll the attack on the crates, which I imagine doesn't have to be very high. So a 16
Yeah.
hits, and then it's a 20 for Magic Surge, which I don't think a 17
I
does
don't
it. Because I think it's only
I
on a
don't
nat
actually
1
know.
that something happens. I'm just
Uh
checking. Hang on. D20 immediately after you cast the spell. If you roll a 1, Wild Magic Surge. So, no Wild Magic Surge here. Alas.
size.
Egg's sheet goes untouched for another day. Although technically this is an FPS and we can do whatever we want.
Do you want him to surge?
I kinda do.
I think it would be fun.
Hmm. Oh my god, Ren.
What do you mean that's the worst thing you've ever drawn? It's beautiful.
We gotta make this an emote.
Yes.
Gotta make that an
Yes. Yes.
or not an
Ren,
emote.
drop
I'm lost in the streamer sauce. Emoji.
a sticker. Oh, emoji.
Mm-hmm.
He does look pleased.
Alright, well.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
yes, if you want him to surge.
Yeah, X is so rarely in games. I'll just have him surge. What does that get him? Oh, interesting.
Something funny.
Instead of the effect you were intending, there is a burst of silent and illusionary fireworks in a 100-foot radius around you, and all creatures affected by them are stunned until their next turn. So,
Well, that kind of works.
a little bit, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like, as the,
And he's 100 feet from them, so.
uh-huh, they're just enough to not stunned. I'll roll intimidation, I guess? Just to see how that goes. Yeah. So as the group comes around the corner, they see these sparking lights coming from an otherwise dark hallway, sort of blocked off by crates. And they're like, "Whoa, are you getting this, Richard? Look at that! Like, that's gotta be some sort of crazy supernatural activity going on right here in the Superstar Partyplex." Like, all these sparking lights, that's not electricity, guys. This is some sort of paranormal happening right now on film. Make sure to subscribe for more paranormal moments just like this. Uh, and then I feel like burst right in their face, and they like startle and back up, and like, uh, one of the guys with the spirit box takes off running. Like, actually, no, the opposite. Three of them take off running down the hallway in the intended direction, and one of them stays behind, sort of like, uh, watching, I guess, sort of taken aback. And, Kestrel is stunned, so I guess Eggs is gonna try and go get this guy. Uh,
Yeah, his eyes.
Not a great for tackling for Eggs. That's a 5 versus a 7. So this guy also
That's
manages to
better.
slip away as Eggs tries to grab him. I guess I'll try shock and grasp again. Okay, that one actually hits, and Eggs manages to like shock the guy so he can't run away and handcuff him. And at this point,
Good.
Kestrel is no longer stunned.
Good. Kestrel blinking the stars out of his eyes, just 20 feet back was not enough.
Not nearly. Yeah, once the guy is like handcuffed, Egg sort of leaves him sitting there and runs back over to Kestrel and is like, uh, are you okay? Anything hurt?
I'm rolling and
Hmm? What are you
I'm
rolling?
rolling another Arcana to see what he perceived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
I
Kestrel, it's for your lore, you goober.
I mean, I feel like with an 11, he can at least tell that's not the spell that Eggs talked about casting.
Yeah, that definitely won the Chaos Bolt. Like
Mm-hmm.
Ace comes back to him, and Kestrel's just like, I'm fine. What was that?
And Egg sort of winces and is like, wild magic surge? Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
And Kestrel can roll
I think they
insight.
should both roll ins.
Yeah,
I was
both
gonna
roll
say I think they
insight.
should both roll insights on each other.
Insight, 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 baby. 23. And
And
Kestrel got an
11,
11.
11 on eggs.
Let's do the 11 first. Because I mean, it's not super hard to see that Eggs is a little bit embarrassed about this and very worried that Kestrel might be hurt. Uh, he didn't mean for this to happen.
Oh, buddy. Eggs can tell Kestrel is in fact not hurt. He was just temporarily out his eyes. Um, but he can also tell Kestrel, um, that was like a 19, so it should give you a lot, but I don't wanna.
I mean, it doesn't have to
Kestrel
be
doesn't like that.
specific. Yeah, Kestrel doesn't like that is a decent, like, what's Kestrel feeling in this moment? That would be a good answer. You don't have to give answers about why he's feeling the way he is, but
Yeah, I know, but I could give more about his emotions on this, but just Kestrel doesn't like that.
hmm, I feel like Eggs cringes a little bit more seeing that.
I Kestrel doesn't like that, but since he can also tell Eggs is embarrassed, he doesn't say anything more, and he just kind of like rubs at his eyes a bit more and says, "It's fine."
Well, be better, get this guy back to, security room and go after the others then. Egg sort of just like awkwardly walks away very fast to go get the guy in handcuffs and bring them back to the nearest security room.
Kestrel will wait for him too.
Is he not coming to the security room?
I mean,
like, he doesn't have to.
Yes, he will come to the security room with him.
I'm just like...
He will come to the security room with him.
Mm-hmm. He's coming... Yeah, do you want to roll another insight? Or perception?
Absolutely. Well, they're the same modifier.
One or the other. 19.
Insight, 19.
Yeah. So, like, Eggs makes it to the security room before you, and when you get there, like, he's busy, like, doing the same thing of, like, affixing this intruder, handcuffing them to the desk. But you notice that, like, a little bit before you would have thought that you made noise and were noticeable, coming up into the room, Eggs sort of, like, tenses up a little bit, and sort of, like, looks over his shoulder to see you and doesn't seem surprised.
Kestrel is intrigued. I think he tilts his head a little, but I don't think he's gonna ask.
Mm-hmm. That's a mystery for later. In the meantime, so that tunnel should lead them straight out to Rockstar Row. If the animatronics don't catch them there, that should still be pretty easy for us to. So, if we just head over, I mean, there's still 3 of them, which is more than there are of us, but it's been going pretty well so far, so it shouldn't be that bad, right?
Yeah. Kestrel just nods. He doesn't say anything.
Do you wanna get the guy this time? And, I mean, I did the distraction last time too, but, you can try to, take them into custody, detain them.
Yeah, Kestrel nods. You have used 2 of your handcuffs.
Yeah, I have, and you've still got some left, so, you can take this guy. And I think riding off of the 19 insight / perception, Eggs is trying to make Kestrel a little bit less upset. He's not 100% sure what all Kestrel is upset about, but he figures letting him handcuff someone probably won't hurt.
I think he got a 23 insight. Kestrel isn't so much upset, more on edge.
Is that, bringing up bad memories or something? Do you need to sit this one out? Or take a different approach?
Kestrel blinks because he definitely wasn't expecting that. He didn't realize Eggs had perceived as much as he did. And I'm gonna write off that 23 insight for you because I want you to perceive this. Eggs can tell he has hit the nail on the head, even as Kestrel just says, "It's fine. We need to collect the rest of them." And then I think he just goes to the door.
Alright. Well, Eggs doesn't know Kestrel well enough to push the issue, so he'll also follow Kestrel to Rockstar Row.
Yep.
Where
It's fine.
Yeah. Let's all roll perception or investigation, I guess.
Yay.
My god. Eggs keeps getting good rolls.
18 and 28.
It's a nat 20 from Eggs again. What's up, Dice Parser? Are you trying to earn my favor?
Dice Parser likes the wet cat.
Dice Parser's trying to pay rent.
What does that mean?
Because it's my server. So it's giving me good rolls.
Oh, yeah. I suppose so.
So, as you guys arrive in Rockstar Row, at first you don't see the guys, these spooky boys ghost hunting group, but you can very faintly hear the leader one talking. Not enough to make out words, but you can hear the like. So they're nearby. And I think like you start looking around for where they might be, and like Lexi's room is empty, Chip's room is empty, Archie's room is empty, Razzie's room is empty and sort of cordoned off. Like there's probably like a cute little sign on the door that says like gone fishing or something. Probably not that exactly, but some cute little pun.
Yeah.
And then like yeah. Out on tour was my initial thought. Gone fishing's also funny. MJ has made the joke gone missing. They wouldn't say that though. But
it's
yeah.
been drawn over.
Probably like out on tour. And then like there's another section of the hallway that's been sort of like I don't know if they would still have the like Rylan branding up or if they would have covered it up at this point. I feel like it might have been painted over by this point. So a section of the hallway that looks uncharacteristically blank for the PartyPlex. Like there's some posters hung on the walls, but some posters, some like neon lights, some like stars painted on the walls. But otherwise it's pretty like bland for PartyPlex stuff. And there's a door that says employees only on it, but not the usual sort of metal security door that most employee doors are, and that's hanging slightly open because somebody went inside.
Can Kestrel roll like intelligence or history because they're the same modifier, but
history to see what?
To see to that by process of elimination, and because he knows about Rylan, that this is probably Rylan's room.
Yeah. 16. Yeah, 16. I feel like it's not a terribly hard jump to make. That like all the doors in this hallway are for animatronics rooms, specifically stage band animatronics, and there's one you haven't seen a door for that used to be here. So yeah, this was probably Rylan's room.
Yeah. I think Kestrel might say just under his breath, just, oh no.
Mm.
He
And
does not like that. He does not like that.
Eggs oblivious can I think with the 28 can see it through the crack in the door sort of. The room is still furnished and decorated the same. It's been hidden away but not totally stripped. So he can see that there's furniture in there and a mirror and stuff, but it seems to be, a decently small room, and he's like, well, they probably have a hard time running away from this place. There's only one way in and out, it looks like. So, that should be straightforward, right? Uh, you wait by the door and I'll. He trails off. He doesn't know what he's going to do. Oh wait, he has the
Kestrel
Kestrel.
just looking at him expectantly.
Eggs I guess I can try magic again, and this one shouldn't blow up in our faces this time. 'Cause he has the poison spray cantrip, which creates a puff of noxious gas, and what better way to clear people out of an enclosed room than with some noxious gas?
Huh? I think Kestrel doesn't roll insight on any of that. I think he just goes like, and he will wait by the door.
Mm-hmm. Uh, so yeah, Kestrel waits by the open door, and Egg sort of leans in.
With his handcuffs out.
Yeah, Egg sort of leans through the door, sticks just his hand in, casts the cantrip to fill the room with noxious gas, and then ducks back out of the way so that Kestrel can catch whoever runs through here. And yeah, from within the room you can hear like Spirit of Rylan, will you tell us the secrets of the part? Oh my gosh, do you guys smell that? Oh my god, you guys at home can't smell this, but it definitely smells like sulfur in here. We have made contact with some kind of otherworldly entity, you guys. Okay, we better get out of here, but and then the door creaks open, and someone holding a Ouija planchette comes running out of the room.
Kestrel is ready to kill. Athletics. Kestrel doesn't have emotional investment in this, but his friend does, and his CC does. So you know.
His coworker.
Athletics.
Holy cow! And just
22.
Just a flat roll for the other person. 6. You tackle the shit out of them. They're probably still sort of coughing.
He has no mercy. He has no mercy. They are handcuffed, and can he roll an intimidation for the fun of it?
Sure. 26. Yeah, that's gonna work, because this is a no stats commoner guy. He can't beat that if he tried. What does Kestrel do to intimidate him?
He takes the planchette thing, and while making eye contact with this guy, snaps it. I should probably roll a strength for that, but
I mean, it's cheap plastic crap, so probably, or soft wood. I'll just give it to you with the 26 intimidation.
Yeah, while making eye contact with this guy, just snaps it.
And the guy on the floor is like, what the hell, man? What's going on? I'm sorry,
hold on, I need to think of something cool.
We shouldn't have broken in.
You should not have. I think he handcuffs the guy and I think just picks him up, throws him over his shoulder to carry him. Can he stomp the camera?
This guy doesn't have a camera. The two people
Crumbs.
that have not been caught yet are the initial camera person and the announcer face guy.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe while Kestrel
wants to stomp a camera.
While Kestrel is sort of handcuffing this guy, Eggs sort of leans into the room and turns the lights on and is like, "Oh, that's not good."
What?
So I thought there was only one door in here. There's two. The other two ran out the other way.
Kestrel just nods. He isn't upset about it, about that one. It's just, where does the other door lead?
I'm not sure. Handy, do you have the map for it? And Handy will pull up the map and Eggs will start looking through it. Looks like parts and service. And for the sake of the audience, leaning into the room, Eggs wouldn't flip the light on, but so Kestrel might see a glimpse of this dark room. It's still lit by a couple of yellow, orange neon signs. There's a Ouija board left in the middle of the floor. Other than that, it looks pretty neatly intact. There's you can see a vanity preparing table with some stuff on in front of a mirror. You can see a sofa with various plushies on it. A couple of posters of Rylan. It looks like they didn't touch any of the stuff in there, but they did leave the Ouija board behind when they ran.
Kestrel's gonna go in, he's gonna pick up that last one, and then he's gonna take it out, and then he is going to stomp it.
Understandable. And Eggs will shut the door behind him after Kestrel comes out. And I feel his I didn't know there were more animatronics here. We'd better follow those guys down to the parts and service, yeah?
Kestrel just nods.
Let's get this guy locked up in a security room and then find a way down there.
Kestrel just
Yeah, they lock the guy up in the security office and start taking...
I think Kestrel kind of drops the guy that he was carrying onto the other guy that was there. He does not care. He does not care.
Understandable.
It's here's your friend, chunk.
I am forgetting the names of all these people already. So...
You're too good, Jane.
Yeah. Yeah, drop the guy off, lock him in, and head for the basement. Um, oh gosh, we've been going for a little while. Would you be opposed to taking a little break?
I would not be opposed to taking a little break. That sounds great, actually.
All right, we'll come back in like 5, maybe 10 minutes, I guess. Uh, and head to the
Okay.
basement.
Yippee!
And we're back. Chasing the last two of the paranormal investigators down into parts and service, which is in the basement. Uh, so, through the security tunnels, probably. And probably with Nova's help because Nova is fucking pissed. I'm guessing we are going to catch up to these guys pretty quickly. Um, I think
Good.
as they're heading down, Eggs is like, so there's just two of them left, so we shouldn't need to split them up any further. We can just, you take one and I'll take the other, and that should do it, I think. Unless you have other ideas you want to try.
Yes. I think Kestrel nods. That sounds doable.
Uh, you you seem to have a grudge against these guys. Is there one that you want to go after?
Kestrel a little embarrassed because he has gotten a bit angrier than he intended. Not the first time that's happened in the PartyPlex. That's fine. Um, he, I think he just shrugs. He doesn't care which one. He just doesn't like any of these guys.
All right. Well, whenever we get down there, maybe whichever one we see first, you take, and then I'll take the other one.
He he nods.
Mm-hmm. And so, coming into parts and service, let's roll another investigation or perception.
All right.
I keep throwing perception on the table because it's technically more fitting, even though we're both rolling investigation. Because I'm in the wrong channel again. 19 for
At you.
Kestrel, and I rolled a 27 for Eggs in the front row seats.
Holy cow.
Yep. He's got that good modifier. Uh. In front row seat, Sorte has said, "Hey Zen, nice of you to drop by." Oops. uh,
Welcome in. Take a
mhm,
seat.
mhm. I can sit in the front row and also perform. Stand-up comedians do this sometimes, right? Uh,
I have no idea.
call that a sit-down comedian. But as you come into parts and service, I think before you're even in the room, you can hear, wow, guys, some crazy hostile entities have been on us all night that we have been trying to explore the Superstar Partyplex. There is definitely tons of supernatural activity going on here. This is incredible. This is, I think, the most activity I've ever seen in my career. What do you think, Richard? And the camera person's like, I've never seen something like this in all of my 1 year and 2 months of ghost hunting before. uh,
Wow.
and as you walk around the corner. The first person you see is actually the camera person, Richard, who is like back to the door, sort of filming some of the uh like filming around the room, uh all of the like spare animatronic parts and stuff. And then a little further in you see like the face guy who I haven't given a name, an Mr. 15, uh, sort of just still talking into his little microphone. Uh, Kestrel, do you just want to tackle the camera guy?
Frankly, yes.
Roll for that, and,
Athletics.
Or acrobatics.
His athletics is much better. His acrobatics is a 0. 12.
12. Let's see. 9. So yeah, not his best work, but he does manage to tackle the camera guy. The camera goes skittering across the floor, and, yeah, Chad was another guy. Tyler, the Mr. 15 announcer guy, turns around with his mic and he's like, "Oh my god, Richard, are you experiencing a haunting?" Oh my. And then sees that it's just a security guard and is like, "Oh, fuck."
That's just a guy.
And starts running, pushes through a door and starts running into, the endo tunnels. So while Kestrel is getting the camera guy handcuffed, Eggs will run after Tyler, the YouTuber, to-uber. I'm gonna roll for the streamer guy first. They're both gonna be no modifier. Well, it's a 12 and a 9 again, but this time not in the security guard's favor. Eggs sort of tries to tackle Tyler. Tyler slips out of it, runs into the endo hallway. Eggs gets up and keeps running after, but is lagging behind. Let's see.
Kestrel picking up this guy over his shoulder too, and then running after.
Does Kestrel want to try and tackle the first guy with the second guy still over his shoulder? Because that would be
Hit the
cool
second
as
guy
hell.
with the first.
Oh!
Hit the second guy with the first guy.
Roll athletics.
Use the first guy as a bludgeoning weapon. Would that be an improvised weapon?
Probably.
What is an improvised weapon? Because I'm pretty sure just using his athletics would be a better modifier, but what? What is improvised weapon again?
D&D, help me. An improvised weapon includes any object you can wield in one or two hands, such as broken glass, a table leg, a frying pan, a wagon wheel, or a dead goblin. This is close enough.
Or a guy. Just a
no
guy.
resemblance to a weapon deals 1d4 damage. This will be bludgeoning damage.
I don't need to deal damage. Just need to get his. Get that guy.
So probably just d20 plus your strength for the attack roll.
Okay. So. Oh, his athletics would be much better, but his athletics is much better. But should I roll it as his strength or athletics just flavored as using the...
I think you can use athletics.
I'm willing to do it. All right.
15.
I'm glad
I
did.
I think that hits. You hit the guy with the other guy, and they both go down. Uh,
Good.
and Tyler is like, "What the fuck, man?"
He just looks at them. I have no sympathy for you.
Hmm. Is he gonna handcuff the last guy?
Yag.
Hmm. And Eggs like catches up to this from his horrible attempt at running and is like, "Oh, you got both of them. Well, that's good. That's everyone that came in now, right?" And Tyler is like, "What? You've been the ones don't tell me you've been the ones doing all this spooky shit and making people disappear."
Kestrel just grumbles.
Egg's like, "Well,
I think
it wasn't ghosts."
congratulations, none of your footage was actually paranormal.
No, this was supposed to be our big ticket. This would have finally gotten us a sponsorship deal. Uh, how
I
are we
don't
going to
care.
how are we going to get our own flavor of sports drink now?
Eggs.
Yes,
You have plausible deniability.
plausible deniability for what exactly?
Nothing. Nothing.
I am confused.
he's saying Eggs has plausible deniability if he kills them.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, Egg's like, "Oh, okay, we have them detained now. You don't need to kill them." And Handy like, "No, no, I want to see what he does with them."
Just raising an eyebrow at Handy, just. Can they arrest a watch?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't exactly tried my luck with the police yet.
So
But
just shrugging, picking up the other guy over his
mhm,
shoulder too.
yeah, I'm not gonna be much help with actually killing them. I'm kinda just a watch.
Kestrel does not want his help anyway. Kestrel still does not want its help anyway. Kestrel still does not care for Handy.
Handy. Damn. Even after it encouraged him to do murder that he wanted to do.
Kestrel didn't need the encouragement. That's the
Oh,
thing.
yikes. While we're in the endo tunnels, do you want to roll? It's killing me. It's killing me. I know perception is the right thing to roll, but the investigation modifier is so much better. Roll
Yeah.
perception or investigation to take a look around the endo tunnels. I love how the front row seats is just like, "Kill them, Kestrel! Kill them! Murder them! Nova will hide the bodies!"
Kestrel wants to. Where's the nearest river? That's what he's thinking.
God, have you done this before,
Sorry.
Kestrel?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yikes.
Only when necessary.
Well, given what he is willing to murder over right now, I'm questioning his definition of necessary.
They hurt his friend.
They did.
That's all. That's all.
So I think
that's a crime punishable by death.
Oh, he cares about his friends.
He cares about his friend and has a moral compass he needs to work on. That's all that's going on here.
Adorable. So with the 15 and 18, I think both of them will see, as they're in the endotunnels, maybe dragging these guys back out towards the security office, that there appears to be some graffiti on the walls. This is, instead of defacings of the endo murals, it is just on plain concrete with what looks to be some dripping spray paint. There are a couple of pictures of endoskeletons with rabbit ears, at one's at a birthday party, one's sort of jumping out from around a corner to scare a couple of stick figures. And I think with the slightly higher score, Egg spots one that's been like half scrubbed off the wall, which is like a picture of Harlequinette with like eyes crossed and tongue sticking out and little stink lines above their head, like a mean drawing that you draw when you're mad at someone, or that a kid would draw when they're mad at someone.
Tess is just like, what the? What does he doesn't understand this?
Eggs turning to the intruders like, Eggs turning to Tyler like, when did you have time to spray paint the walls? And Tyler's like, no, we didn't, I swear. Like, we did break in, but we didn't. I don't have any spray paint on me, man. I didn't do that.
Yes.
Kestrel can.
Never mind. My thoughts left me.
Yes. Kestrel has, I think, seen graffiti down here before. He can roll history.
Yeah, he saw the graffiti in crossed wires, which is what this is reminding me of.
Yeah, it's similar.
So I will roll that history. I will roll that history.
Yeah, 10. You saw some graffiti down here when you were dealing with the rogue endo, but it was a little different. It didn't look spray painted and it was only on the murals. This is spray painted and it's on plain walls, so maybe it's unrelated. But man, someone do be going around the PartyPlex doing a lot of graffiti, apparently. At least one person, maybe more than one. Weird place to do a graffiti.
Like that. If Eggs wasn't in crossed wires, was he?
Nope, he was not. So he's seeing this for the first time and is, I think, like, leaning into the wall to get a closer look at it. You can roll insight on him.
Absolutely.
Try rolling that again. 17.
17.
Much better. Much better than a 2. With a 17, Egg seems to be investigating this graffiti very seriously. Like, not just, like, once he heard Tyler confirm that he hadn't been the one to do the graffiti, he's just like locked in like a TV detective investigating a crime scene almost. Like he is scouring over this graffiti like he's going to get some vital information out of it. And it's like a cartoon doodle of like an endoskeleton jump scaring a couple of stick figures.
I think Kestrel just goes like, Kestrel sees this. Yeah, he'll point out, I've seen something similar to this before.
And Eggs immediately turns around and is like, similar? Where did you see it?
Where did he see them? I don't remember.
It was also down here in the endo hallway.
Okay. Then yeah, he says, down here as well. HQ cleaned it up. I believe I'm remembering that part correctly.
I think Elaine was the one to clean it up that time, but HQ made a comment
never
that
mind then.
implied they had been cleaning it up.
Okay.
That's, well, a little bit concerning. And,
Kestrel's
carrying off...
looking at Eggs with no
Sorry. Carrying off the 17 insight, that is, Eggs is understating it. He thinks this is a big problem.
Kestrel's just looking at Eggs like, what do you know about this?
He can try
Raised
asking.
eyebrow. Do you know anything about this?
I mean, it's my first time seeing graffiti down here, so... you can try rolling, insight to read more into that answer, or persuasion to try and get more out of him.
Let's say first.
4. No, X has never seen this before. You don't know why he's so worried.
Persuasion.
12.
12. Does 12 do anything?
Let me see. We'll also, like, try to make a DC... Well, let's see. You can try to argue in Kestrel's position, but I don't think X is going to tell him anything more.
I didn't have anything in mind for Kestrel to say besides just like Eggs.
Well,
Eggs can tell Kestrel doesn't believe him fully.
I'll take care of it. For now, we should get all of these paranormal investigators to police custody.
Right.
Do you need the help carrying either of them?
He's not gonna. He just shakes his head.
Eggs offers that very doubtfully. He probably could not hold even one of those guys, but...
Also true.
Dull is saying Nova might do an instant shortcut because she's too mad to be subtle.
Understandable.
So, yeah, they open the door from the end of the hallway back to parts and service, except it isn't to parts and service. It's to the security room where they left the last two guys. I think Eggs should get to roll something. Because he knows that. He's like,
Absolutely.
that's not where this door led before. What the? That's not.
Kestrel just walks in anyway, uncaring.
Kestrel, that might not be safe.
Kestrel just looks back at him, just raising an eyebrow as he has walked through the door and is fine.
Tyler, like, whoa, Richard, tell me you're getting this, man. This is crazy.
Do they steal the cameras? Where did they leave the cameras?
Richard dropped the camera down in parts of service.
Okay. I think Kestrel retrieved the camera at that point, and after setting down the two guys here, will specifically take the camera back out to stomp it in front of all of them.
And there are various cries of distress, like, no! Our footage!
He does it slowly. Leaves his foot over the camera for just a moment to let them all panic and beg for him to not do it, and then smashes it.
What are you doing, man? That's destruction of private property. Oh no!
I think he smiles a little.
Meanwhile, I think
he smiles. Yeah.
Well, Kestrel is torturing the guys. Eggs is gonna try to investigate and roll Arcana, I guess, on the door. Arcana makes sense, right? He's trying to figure out how the door did that. It's clearly magic. 7.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He's like, a normal room on one side of the door, a normal room on the other side of the door. The door looks normal. How the fuck did it do that?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
I mean, it's all his suspicions are definitely piqued, even if he hasn't put the clues together yet. Fucking imagine FPS
He's gonna start looking
with Eggs and Nova, where Eggs is like, hey Nova, you know all about this place, right? The weirdest fucking thing happened the other week. What's up with the doors? Cause wait, a similar thing happened with Otto in the Glumshoes FPS, where Otto came out of what turned out to be a closet. It's just like, there's something really strange. There's something really strange about this building.
He says that aloud.
Yeah, he like looks around the door, and when he can't find anything, he does walk into the room and just says it out loud.
Kestrel just... I don't think Kestrel even looks up at him, because he's just like... He's gonna ignore that.
Does Kestrel want to roll deception and Eggs roll insight?
I like that idea. Roll a good deception.
Okay, not terrible insight.
Okay. 16.
7. 16 insight versus 7 deception. Kestrel looks
Eggs
guilty as hell.
Kestrel knows something.
Eggs like, we were hired on the same day. How do you know more about this place than me?
He looks up at Eggs, thinks for a minute, I think he just shrugs. Because honestly, he doesn't know how he ended up in this position either.
You
He
know
just
what
shrugs.
the deal is with the door, don't you? You weren't fazed by it at all.
he's just he's just looking at Eggs, trying to put on his best poker face, and it's not working. He's a bit nervous.
Oh, cartoony sweat drop. Thanks, like, I mean, don't tell me, I guess, but I
I'd
guess I got bigger problems to worry about anyway than some weird doors.
He raises an eyebrow at that, but I think he does also say, it's like, apologies. My lips are sealed on the matter.
Hmm. A vow of secrecy, then. Well, you might want to work a bit on your poker face.
Now he just looks embarrassed.
I mean, I do tend to be pretty insightful. I'm sure your poker face is fine for most people. Uh, Awkwardly trying to reassure Kestrel.
He just sighs. He just sighs. He's been slipping, he knows.
Mm-hmm. Caring about people, kissing, being bad at lying.
What's happening to him?
He has a heart after all. Uh, we've still got the one last guy, in the other security office. So, do you maybe want to go get them and I'll call the police? Or I'll go get him and you call the police? Uh, my voice isn't always the best on the phone, but I could do either, I guess.
I think Kestrel says he'll call the police, and I'm gonna roll a deception. He says he'll call the police. He's not gonna call the police.
Oh no, I rolled an insight and I got also a 7. Eggs might genuinely not entirely pick up on that.
He can pick up some.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can pick up something's off with Kestrel's saying that, but
Please don't murder them
can't
all.
quite tell what.
Yeah. Eggs is like,
What?
please don't murder them all. I do not really want to come back to a bloody room when I bring the last guy back here.
I'm not going to murder them here.
And Tyler's like, murder? Why is murder on the table? Like, we're sorry for breaking
Oh,
in, but like, no one got hurt, right? We were just trying to make a video.
he looks at them and just this just tired look. I would ask you if you'd rather me murder you or your channel, but I feel like I know which one you'd say.
Well, I'll just go get the other one. Uh, and Eggs hurries out of the room back to the other security office to collect the last guy, Chad. And bring him back.
Kestrel, meanwhile, trying to have a discussion with these guys about which would you rather me murder, you or your channel? Make your choice.
Why would you want to murder either, bro? You already broke our camera with all the footage. We're not gonna have a video out this week because of you.
I don't care. I cannot emphasize enough how much I do not care.
And when Eggs comes back in like 15 minutes with the last of the ghost boys, what does he come back in to see?
Kestrel trying to have a conversation with these guys.
Okay, good.
And just getting more and more upset.
They're still alive. That's a good to see. Have you called the police yet?
He looks at Eggs, sweating.
Well, can you? I mean, these people they're definitely going to be charged with trespassing, breaking and entering, and go to jail for a few months. That's gotta be something, right?
Roll persuasion.
Alright. $14.
Kestrel looks at Eggs and like thinks for a good moment. And then looks back to the guys and says, "For now, it will be the death of your channel."
And they all, like, carry on like he said he was going to kill them with a rusty spoon. Like, no! We've been working on this channel for 7 months. We can't go 2 weeks without an upload. What about our 200 subscribers?
He looks at Eggs, 200.
Yeah, it took us so long to get up to 200. This was our 200 subscriber special, man.
He is trying to contain his rage. Please consider another career path.
You don't understand. Tube is a way of life, man.
I don't understand, and I don't want to.
MJ has said 3 months later one of them's gonna get a job at the PartyPlex. So, number 15.
No.
Number 15, PartyPlex foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your PartyPlex burger is someone's foot fungus.
No.
We'll see.
Kestrel will die. Kestrel will die. For now, he's just like looking at Eggs, gesturing at these guys like, I said I wouldn't kill them, and I said I would only kill their channel just by putting them in jail, and look at them. Look at them, Eggs.
Is 200 not a lot? Eggs looks confused.
I know enough to know it is a pittance.
It seems like a lot, but I guess I'll take your word for it.
Oh, Eggs.
He's not caught up with the times. Anyway, we've been going for like 3 hours, so let's just sort of wrap this up, I guess. The police get called by someone, and these 5 get arrested for breaking and entering and dragged off to jail.
Kestrel makes Eggs call. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, Eggs does also not want to do it, but it's better than watching Kestrel murder them, so he will make the call, and the police show up and arrest them.
Kestrel pointedly doesn't stick around for that.
Yeah, Eggs. I think Handy's like, well, this is more excitement than we usually get on the night shift.
I don't have anything else to add other than just maybe Kestrel and Nova commiserating later.
Yeah, Kestrel walks out of the room, leaving Eggs to call the police, and I mean, Doll can hop on if you want to describe Nova and Kestrel.
Okay.
Little cameo.
Okay.
I'll have to keep this quick because I'm helping make pizza, but I'm here. Okay. Yeah, Kestrel steps out of the room instantly in a room across the PartyPlex, and Nova is tackle hugging him.
He just hugs her back, pats her on the back. Hello, Nova.
They were so annoying!
I know.
I really just wanted them to get lost forever in the tunnels, but then we might have them haunt me, and that's annoying even more.
I wouldn't have killed them in the building.
And we can just pan out there because I gotta get back to work.
Yeah.
Kestrel gets this hug. The investigators get arrested. All is well that ends well.
And their channel will die, even though it was barely alive.
This was fun.
You caught me and Kestrel with that.
They tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
No.
But yeah, thank you for playing with me, Pengu. This was a lot of fun.
It was.
Thank you to Doll for the Nova cameo, and to everyone else in the audience for their suggestions and funny commentary. And thank you to anyone listening to the recording in the future. Bye everyone.
Thank you.